It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me, oh you know him, Shaquille O'Neal. You know this guy too, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight we'll be watching the Orlando Magic playing against the Kings in Sacramento. And guys, for the Kings, playing under 500 basketball over the last 10 games. They can do better, and they'll try to get on the winning side tonight. So tonight, two inexperienced teams facing off. Shaq, if you were coaching a young club, what advice would you give?
Well, you got to play within yourselves, and if you make a mistake, don't let it get in your head. You just got to keep playing.
Wouldn't you also say, hey, get the ball to Shaq?
I would definitely say that.
Well, if he was on a young team with Shaq, I would say the same thing. But if you don't have a guy named Shaq, you just play with a great deal of energy, and that could make up for the lack of experience. So, you know, being young can benefit you in that way, and you can have some advantages that experienced guys don't have.
Would you like to play for Shaq if Shaq was your, a coach?
As a coach, I would like to play with Shaq as a young Shaq.
No, if he's the coach.
No, I didn't.
Would you like to play for Shaq?
I'd like to play with Shaq as a young Shaq.
He doesn't want to play for you if you're coaching.
Because they don't know my coaching style.
What is your coaching style?
They call me Pat Jackson.
A combination,
so
it would seem, of Pat Riley and Phil Jackson.
Well, that means you're going to practice me hard, and we're going to win a lot. I want to play for Pat Jackson. I just decided.
Not me. Let's get to Kevin Harlan. Here comes the opening tip.
Shooting guard position, standing 6'5", number 9, Iman Shumpert. In the middle, at 7'0", number 41, Costa Koufos. At small forward, at 6'6", number 8, Bogdan Bogdanovic. At the other guard position, at 6'3", number 5, De'Aaron Fox. The other forward, standing 6'11", number 35, Marvin Bagley. Your head coach is David Yeager. Once again, your Sacramento Kings.
We are in Sacramento, California, home for the Kings in an interconference basketball game here. Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. You look at Orlando. They haven't had the year to this point they were hoping for, and it may be tough, guys, to right the ship for them.
And I think it's an important game. They only faced this club twice this season, and you mentioned that loss in the first one. You hate to get swept in a season series.
That has to be in the back of their minds, at least a little bit. So we'll see if they add any wrinkles to their schemes in this one.
Now here is Augustine, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And so in the game for the Magic, Augustine and Fournier are in the backcourt. Mozgov is out there with Aaron Gordon, and it's Isaac in at the 3.
Mozgov just never gives up on the glass, right? He knows how to snatch boards and come up with the easy buckets.
Back to Koufos. Mozgov grabs the board. Looking at the last game for Orlando, it was a loss to the Clippers in Los Angeles.
One thing you have to consider if you're the Orlando Magic is finding some level of consistency. And I mean that both in terms of the roster and the coaching staff. To me, when there's a lot of turnover in both of these departments, it can take its toll on an organization, and we've seen that with Orlando.
Here's Augustine. Softly drops in the floater. Augustine's got his second bucket tonight.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Fox against Augustine. Fox passes to Bogdanovich. Bagley dishes to Bogdanovich. Shot clock at 6. The 3. Rebound by the Magic. As you said, Doris, a lot of coaching and personnel changes for the Magic recently.
Well, think about it, Kevin. 4 different head coaches since 2015, and that doesn't even include the interim coaches. You know, to me, you've got to have a direction and approach that is consistent year after year. If you're going to have any measure of stability, it has to come from the top down.
Now here's Shumpert. His last outing, he had 8 points. And Bogdanovich kicks to Kufis. Sinks that one from the post.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
And that's not the type of defense you want to play, right? You've got to make it more difficult than that. Layups are too easy.
Fox with the steal. Here's Shumpert. Finished off the break. Shumpert's got his first basket of the night.
Yeah, Fox is a dependable defender, always active, and he's really smart in terms of his anticipation and using those hands to come up with steals.
And Augustine kicks to Fournier. It's Mozgov, high post. Shot clock at 6. Unable to get that one. And the Kings going the other way now. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And no matter how well you defend, when you shoot that poorly, it's going to be a very difficult challenge for you to get a win.
Yeah, I thought too many hard shots. I don't know whether it was a question of strategy or if guys were just unwilling to work for something better.
And so Orlando again turning it over. Their last encounter was in Orlando.
And you know what? A shame that either team had to lose that game because you had to be proud of the way they battled in it.
Yeah, and you love how both teams gave it everything they had through the end of regulation. But in OT, only one side had something in the tank.
Now, here's Fox. 11 points for him in that last game against Golden State. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Shumpert against Fournier. Pass to Augustine. Kicks to Mozgov. The pass to Isaac. From deep three-point range. Kept alive Orlando. And it's Augustine atop the key. Fournier against Shumpert. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And when you look at Evan Fournier, he's just a reliable source for points whenever he's on the floor.
Yeah, and Fournier is a bit of a quiet scorer. He always ends up with a lot of points, but doesn't tend to wow you with any individual plays. Terrific shooter who just makes the most of his touches and his minutes whenever he's on the floor.
2 shots. Loose shots.
And that one falls for Fournier. Well, we're right around the halfway point of the season, Doris. This is often when we see the better teams really begin to shift gears and surge ahead.
Yeah, we certainly have a better feel for who the contenders might be. We still have a long way to go, obviously, and teams will have some lulls and then some high points, and you've got to be able to weather all of those things. But the reality is we have a greater understanding of who has the necessary offensive and defensive components to compete at a championship level.
Now here's Shumpert, and looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. Gordon with the defensive effort.
Boy, great job protecting the rim and turning an easy layup into a missed opportunity.
And Mozgov throws it down.
Well, Evan Fournier is a fundamentally sound player, and if his teammates are open, he will deliver the rock.
And Sacramento has possession after the Magic pick up 2. Bogdanovich looking around. 6 to shoot, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Mozgov.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
And Bogdan Bogdanovich, Greg, a highly decorated player internationally. Multiple silver medals with the Serbian national team, a EuroLeague champion back in 2017.
Yeah, I mean, he's a talented player, very skilled, and at 6'6" can play either guard spot. Great shooter. I think he's one to watch.
Free throw good, Bogdanovich. And so he hits both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Fox against Augustine. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. You take a look at the Bucks, earning the first place position with a terrific record, and we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far, and they're definitely the team to beat. And, of course, there's the Magic, just way behind.
And right now for the Magic, what a nice turnaround this season has been for them compared to just a year ago. They couldn't afford to suffer through another campaign like that.
They did a very good job putting that in the rear view and moving forward this season. They still have a long way to go to be considered a top team, but they've definitely made progress.
Fox against Augustine. 5 to shoot. Here's Fox. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, we were able to talk with Steve Clifford. He's looking to even the season series with a win tonight. He told me he knows his team can play better than they did the last time, and he thinks with the strong defense and shot blocking, they can make things difficult at that end of the floor. We'll see if they can impose their will tonight. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. Not too surprising that he wants to see him sharp at the defensive end right from the opening tip.
And, you know, they have the ability to control a game with their D, but they have to be aggressive and send that message right away.
I do believe, Greg, this team has an intimidation factor working in their favor because of the level of defense that they play. And if the stops start adding up in the first half, that factor starts to weigh on the opponent's mind.
Again, the miss by the Kings. Magic leading by 4. And Fournier kicks to Augustine. That's tipped out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. And the Kings making a change here. Randolph has checked in. The Magic also changing it up. Simmons checked in for Fournier. And it's Jaren Grant in for Augustine. They get a hand on it. Here's Gordon. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Well, the rise and fire from Aaron Gordon in the mid-range, it's almost unguardable at this point.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Bogdanovich left side. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. You know, Doris, certain guards just have a knack for scoring in the post. When you think of that list, I'm sure there are a couple right at the top that come to mind.
Yeah, well, who don't you want to deal with in the low post out of the guard position? I'll give you one. Dwayne Wade. If he's on the post with a back-down dribble that he can use to his advantage, turn the lights out. Here's another guy. Sean Livingston. Unbelievable length, plays at his own pace. Both guys are nightmares in the post. Good luck checking either one.
The first one falls. Sacramento making some changes. Scal Labiciere's checked in for Bagley. And Farrell subbed in for Shumpert. Cam Burge is checked in for the Magic. Terrence Ross comes in for Isaac. He's perfect from the line this time. Orlando leading by 4. Outside, Simmons. Pass to Grant. Back to Simmons. To the paint. He's looking for Gordon and finds him. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Just put the pass in his vicinity, and Aaron Gordon will take care of the rest.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now here's Labiciere. Fox with it. Labiciere, the pass to Farrell. Some solid defense from Grant.
Boy, not enough spring in his step on the way to the cup. He actually short arms that layup.
Simmons inside. Guarded by Fox. No good from Simmons. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
And Labiciere has tremendous concentration, getting the shot to go even with the contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Shooting just one.
On the free throw, no good.
And you can see the potential that Labiciere has, an explosive player who's surprisingly quick for his size.
Gordon trying to break loose. Basket counts. And the Magic lead by 6.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Back to Bogdanovich. Outside, Randolph. Bangs home the trifecta.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Grant surveying the D. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Fox against Grant. Here's Labiciere. Back to Fox. Over Gordon. That one wide left.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Ross kicks to Grant. To the paint. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
Yeah, you know, they may have gotten the feeling he would dish it off, but he had a surprise for them.
Now, here's Grant. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. 13 feet away. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. The Kings trail by 5. Passes it to Fox. A 3-ball. Drops in the tray.
And Fox must continue to work on that shot. When he's knocking it down from there, boy, the D is in trouble.
Now, here's Grant. Pass to Simmons. Grant outside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. We now have rules, Doris, that protect shooters from defenders stepping underneath them. But what about when the defender leaves his feet and the offensive player steps underneath and tries to draw the foul?
Well, I think one of the things that we have to look at is, okay,
Shooting two.
we certainly do not want the defender to have unnatural movements which place him underneath the feet of the shooter, because that's where injuries can happen. On the other side of the equation, and this has become problematic to me, you see far too many shooters either jump unnaturally outside of what should be a straight up and down shooting motion, or guys who kick their legs sideways in an attempt to draw contact and fall over. But Kev, this is where officiating is about feel, touch, and vision.
No good on the second free throw.
Well, Steve Clifford takes over here in Orlando, and of course he is known for his frankness and his disciplined approach to the game. You think about Clifford's teams, they rarely make unforced errors and are some of the best at minimizing their own mistakes.
Here's Simmons. Sacramento making their last shot. Birch the pass to Grant. Teardrop shot, and he sinks the layup. Grant's got 5 now.
I'll tell you, the floater is a shot that takes great touch, but that one looks pretty leaving his fingertips.
And for Clifford, his job in Orlando, Doris, will be to develop the skills of his very young core.
That is correct, and he'll try to get this young group to play intelligently, minimize turnovers. You remember he once famously said the NBA isn't about winning, it's about winning in the playoffs.
Now, here's Grant, following the miss by Zach Randolph. Pulls it up. No good from Grant.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
I'm not sure why he doesn't continue to move the basketball. Would have served that team much better.
And Fox gets it to go.
He is a blur. I mean, Fox obviously skilled at breaking down the defense, coupled with his athleticism and size. Boy, he is a terror.
And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. Harry Giles is checked in for Labissiere. There's 53 seconds left to play here in the first. Hits the three-point bomb. And here's Farrell. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. 4-point game. Randolph up top. Farrell kicks to Randolph. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Off target from three-point range.
Hey, we're not seeing the best quarter by this guy, and he's lost his feel a little bit.
Gordon. Some solid defense from Randolph. And for Sacramento, they're shooting 39% in the early minutes of this game.
Well, he's obviously anticipating different movement there, and instead of an easy connection, the pass sails straight into the front row.
Grant against Fox. Now, here's Grant. He's got 5. He kicks to Gordon. Over Randolph. Can't connect from 13 feet out. And so the first quarter is in the books. Orlando out in front, up 4. Live from Golden One Center. You're watching 2K Sports. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And when you consider how the Magic are doing, what do you think?
And through that first period, for me, their work on the glass has been the difference.
Well, they are pounding away on the backboards. Every time that ball goes up, they are ready to go after it.
The Kings trail by 4. So on the floor for Orlando. Losses the 3 with Gordon at the 4. Grant is out there with Jonathan Simmons. And it's Birch in at the center position. Here's Giles. 9 points last game out. And stolen by Simmons. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simmons. Here's Sacramento now. Next up, they'll face the Suns. That'll be in Phoenix. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Farrell passes to Fox, and it's blocked by Simmons.
A strong defender. Bottom line, Simmons with the athleticism to send that back.
Magic shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Grant kicks to Birch. Back to Grant. And there's a whistle. It goes on Iman Shumpert. That's foul number 2 for him.
Okay, now you've got to dial down the intensity a bit, right? That's his second foul, and we still got a ways to go before halftime.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Mozgov, he's checked in for Gordon. Evan Fournier comes in for Terrence Ross. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Grant. And the turnover again by Orlando. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
No other way to put it. The defense was awful, completely uninspired at that end of the floor.
Well, completely agree. I thought their defensive effort was awful. But the reality is, Greg, you can't turn it over that many times and expect to win.
Sacramento making a switch here. Bagley's checked in. Now here's Shumpert. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
Gets it to very close range, but there was no way the defense going to back off and give him that layup.
Shumpert against Fournier. Just 5 to shoot. Simmons finds Mozgov. The tray. Unable to get that one. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Shumpert with it. Now defended by Mozgov. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. The pass to Giles. And Randolph now top of the key. Here's Farrell, guarded by Augustine. Sacramento again missing.
Well, he gets the separation he needs. You can't say the same for his aim, though.
And Yogi Ferrell, the undrafted Indiana product, went undrafted after staying all 4 years in Bloomington, but he has shown, Greg, to be a very strong player.
Yeah, and Ferrell is the perfect example of why you give a 4-year player a chance. Knows how to make the most of his time on the floor. I think he could start for a team, maybe be the 6th man, lead the second unit, play off the guard. He is just such a versatile player.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, the Kings signed some quality vets last season, but when the losses piled up, they decided to go young. Now, the focus is on development. The veterans still have a role, providing steadying presence on the court and in the locker room. Kevin?
David, it certainly is a balancing act. Thanks for that report. Now here's Shumpert. Up again. Birch grabs the board. And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for the Magic. Here's Simmons. They get it again. Here's Mozgov. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Mozgov's got 6.
Mozgov has made a living off of being active around the rim.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Bagley, the pass to Giles. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Here's a look at the schedule for the Orlando Magic. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz. And then on Saturday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford and the Boston Celtics.
And for the matchup with the Rockets, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
And that one misses. Kufis checked in for Sacramento. And a switcher also for Orlando. Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for Simmons. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Tries it from 19. Good on the jump shot. Fournier's got the lead up to 6 now for the Magic.
They're so adept at sizing up the defense, guys. You cannot give Fournier any space.
Pass to Bagley. Baseline jumper. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Fournier gets a wide open look from outside off the mark. For Sacramento, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Bagley the pass to Giles. Farrell kicks to Bagley. Here's Farrell, guarded by Augustine. Teardrop shot. That's good, and the Orlando lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Farrell.
In Yogi, we trust. Farrell making outstanding decisions in the pick and roll.
Now here is Augustine. He's guarded closely. Outside Fournier. It's deflected.
Boy, Shumpert can cover more ground than you think with his size. Nice block there.
Farrell for 3. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Mozgov's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Now here's Fournier. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Clippers. Augustine, no luck. The Kings trail by 4. Inside. Here's Bagley. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
You know, when Marvin Bagley entered the league, there were some questions as to which position would he play, but the versatility he brings is special. He can guard a number of positions, score inside and out, and he is a tremendous rebounder.
And the first one drops. And one thing you can't question about Bagley, Greg, his intensity level.
As competitive as they come, he's ferocious around the rim. Oftentimes, he looks like he wants it more than anybody else on the floor.
And so he hits both.
And really the potential Bagley has is so exciting. Just an absolute menace on both ends. And you can tell he wants to be great.
Fournier into the lane. Can't hit from the low block. The Kings trailing. Farrell for 3. Rebound by the Magic. Mozgov's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Isaac passes to Fournier. Bagley with the rebound.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Out to Shumpert for the 3. Connects from 3-point range. Shumpert's got 5 now.
Boy, and Shumpert looking very comfortable knocking down shots from beyond the arc, just like he did there.
Fournier goes in. It's through for his second basket. He's now 2 for 6. And here's Farrell. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. They trail by 1. And it's Jonathan Isaac with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Boy, now you have to think about pulling him. 3 fouls already in this half. A 4th would be inexcusable.
And the Kings making a change here. Labissiere's checked in. Here's Farrell. Just 5 to shoot. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. While we're in the quick break, let's show you the list of the hottest shooting rookies in the NBA this year. Marvin Bagley on top.
And the numbers say it all. I mean, he's tremendously efficient at scoring the basketball around the rim. He's almost automatic.
Fournier against Shumpert. Tipped away and stolen by Koufos. Here's Farrell. There it is, his second make of the game. He's missed 5.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
And Augustine kicks to Mozgov. Up top, Fournier. And he gets it to go. Fournier's got 6 here in this quarter.
I think you could see early on that he was really with a rhythm and flow tonight, and now he's really starting to take off.
Now here's Labissiere. D right on him. Again, Sacramento. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now here's Fournier. He's got 8. It's not going to go for him. Shumpert with some nice D. Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Augustine. He's putting up about 14 points tonight, 4 assists and 2 rebounds. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
I think they need more consistency from him, and they're getting it. Look for this to continue. I love it.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. Some changes for Sacramento. Bogdanovich comes in for Bagley, and it's Fox in for Iman Shumpert. Orlando also making some changes. Gordon's checked in for Kem Birch. Ross comes in for Fournier, and it's Grant in for Augustine. Now, here's Grant. 5 points in the game. It's rebounded by Labissiere.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And here's Bogdanovich. 20 points for him last game against Golden State. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And that's just a great individual play right through the teeth of the defense.
He's had 4 chances at the line, made them all.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
The Magic making a switch here. Simmons is checked in. Free throw good, Bogdanovich. The Magic trail by 4. Grant dishes to Ross. Mozgov passes to Ross. No good there. And it's the Kings taking it the other way. To the inside. Labissiere. And it's blocked by Gordon.
Boy, the vertical that Aaron Gordon has helps him on the defensive end. Twice on the pipes with that block.
Now, Ross. No points in the game yet for him. Five on the clock. This one for 3. Drills it from outside. Ross has got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, Terrence Ross in his comfort zone from distance. This guy has always had the eye of a sharpshooter.
Labissiere with the ball. And it's Gordon picking him up. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Farrell's got 6.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Fox against Grant. The dish now to Mozgov. Passes it to Gordon. This one for 3. Bogdanovich grabs the miss.
And we haven't seen them get to the line as much here in the second quarter. They might be settling a tad too much offensively.
Fox kicks to Bogdanovich. Back to Fox. Kings moving the ball around. From beyond the arc. And that's a foul called on Yogi Ferrell. That is his first foul of the game. Zach Randolph, he's checked in for Costa Koufis. The Magic trail by 3. Grant outside. Kicks to Ross. To the middle. Fades and shoots. Not going to go that time. And it's the Kings taking it the other way. Fox against Grant. Now, here's Fox. Guarded closely. But they get it back. 1:09 left to play here in the second quarter. Labissiere in the corner. Off target from outside.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Grant, that's good.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let him fly. Randolph can't hit.
Man, look at how well the defense does to cut his path to the basket. Comes up empty on what might have been an easy play.
It's stolen by Labissiere. And now Sacramento on the break, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it.
Well, he's obviously anticipating different movement there, and instead of an easy connection, the pass sails straight into the front row.
And here's Grant. He'll bring it up for the Magic. It's off to Utah for him after this game as they take on the Jazz. That team is a little road weary right now. That is the 6th consecutive game away from home. Lets it go from 11. That one wide left.
You know, he's working on his inside game, but clearly there's still a little more work to do.
Fox with it. He's got 7. Pass to Randolph. 1 second left. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And they make sure to get the last shot of the quarter there. Nicely done.
Well, that's outstanding execution, Greg. You always want to get the last shot of the quarter, which is precisely what they did there.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Kings lead by 2. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Dave Yeager. Coach, what is going to be the focus offensively going into the second half?
Well, we try to go inside. You know, that's our strength anyways. And for us, you know, our bread is buttered inside, so we try to play high-low. And then if the threes come out of that, great, but we want to try to get everything to the rim.
Coach, it all starts with that entry pass to the big, and then everybody plays off of him. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Some big-time action already in this one. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. They only had a couple rough stretches, and as the first period came to a close, they had a 4-point deficit. They took control of the game in the second quarter, coming back to take a 2-point lead into the locker room with them. What'd you think about Sacramento, Kenny?
Well, I think they're feeling the energy of this hometown crowd. Sometimes you get a little complacent and comfortable in your surroundings, but no, they fed off adrenaline in the first half.
Check. What'd you think about Orlando?
They did some good things, but not enough. They need to start being more assertive. Go harder to the rim. Generate some free throw opportunities at the very least. Do something.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side,
my brother.
A lot of action around, as always, the Capitol building tonight. We are in Sacramento, and we continue here on 2K Sports. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Bogdan Bogdanovic really making a difference here.
I mean, he was prolific in that first half. You know it's coming, but it's just so tough to stop.
And this is what he does, right, Greg? He's out there to score the basketball, and throughout that first half, he dominated.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. The Kings leading. We've got Bogdanovich. Bagley is out there with Costa Koufos. And it's Fox. And it's Shumpert in a two-guard. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Dave Yeager.
Yeah, once he gets in or near the lane, Shumpert is very accurate with that floater.
Shumpert against Fournier. Outside Gordon. And there's the pass to Augustine. Shot clock at 6. Fournier, that's for 2. And the jumper is on the mark. Fournier's got 10.
Well, the assertiveness is on display. If Fournier gets any room, this guy's ready to pull the trigger.
Shumpert dishes to Fox. Here's Bagley. No good with the triple. Well, Orlando shooting 41% for the game. Inside. Hands of the ball out of bounds. Fournier last touched it. And let's go now to the rookie watch. For the past month, these have been the most productive NBA rookie scores. The 4th spot held by Marvin Bagley.
And those numbers have started to set him apart offensively from most of the other rookies in the league.
Terrence Ross, Doris, one of the more athletic wingmen in the league.
Right, Kevin. This guy's got great reach and frame for the position he plays, and he's always been able to dazzle at times, but he can also disappear. So this guy's got to find that ability to get involved and stay active.
Here's Shumpert. Mozgov with the block.
Well, the strength and the length of Mozgov make him such a force defensively. That led to that block.
Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for Terrence Ross. Tries a 3 off the inbound. It's hauled in by the Magic. Mozgov's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
Boy, what a cold start to the second half for them. Just 1 for 4 from the field so far.
Now here's Fournier. He's got 10. Let's now pause to take a look at the scoring breakdown between the front and back court of tonight's contests for the Magic.
And it's been pretty even between the bigs and smalls here. With the game still in question, we'll see which of these guys can take another step to take over the game.
And that one falls for Fournier.
You know, there's an unpredictability about what Evan Fournier does that keeps defenders guessing. This guy is outstanding at using that to his advantage.
And it's tied up with that one. Now here's Shumpert. He's got 7. Outside Bogdanovich. To the middle. Koufos inside. Mozgov on him. 5 on the clock. Shumpert finds Koufos. Mozgov with the block, but he gets it back. Fox. Sacramento with a fresh shot clock. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Here's Koufos. Out to Shumpert. Tries yet again. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Boy, what a terrific look inside for Shumpert. The D wasn't going to just give it to him, and he wisely uses his speed and athleticism to draw the defense into him.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And he's putting together a solid year at the free throw line, 79% overall.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
Free throw good. Amon Shumpert.
You'd like like a guy like Shumpert to be just a little more efficient at the line, but he gets it done more often than not.
He makes one of two that time.
Yeah, one more make would have been nice, but they do walk away with the lead. Well, sometimes it just takes an opportunity in the NBA, and Aaron Gordon has made the most of it. Since taking over that power forward role full-time, he has shown remarkable improvement. Plays with more confidence and aggression on offense and has transformed himself as a player.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. 9 points in the game so far.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
And Mozgov throws it down.
Well, tremendous understanding from the young Jonathan Isaac. How about that awareness for the young guy?
And for Gordon, in his first full season as a starter, he instantly became a star in the league.
And when he was taken 4th overall, this was the type of player the team was hoping he'd become. His outside shot has improved by leaps and bounds and always plays with speed and athleticism. And now I think he's got a much more fully rounded game, which makes him dangerous.
For Sacramento, they have made 8 of their 12 free throws in this game.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Bagley. Ken Burge is checked in for Orlando. He's off on the second.
That will sting a little bit, failing to get the lead when the opportunity was there, but he does tie it up.
Down low, here's Shumpert. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Shumpert's got 10 points.
Well, he's kept them in balance tonight. This guy's shooting has put them in front.
Augustine against Fox. Here's Birch, and there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Great beginning to this second half. Now 3 for 4 from the field.
Outside, Bogdanovich. He kicks to Shumpert. A floater. He lays it in. Shumpert's got 7 points for the quarter.
Boy, and Shumpert has these games where he just explodes on the stat sheet, putting in a lot of work here.
Fox against Augustine. And it's denied. And it's blocked by Gordon. And it'll be Sacramento as it goes out of bounds. The Kings retain possession. Harry Giles is checked in for Sacramento. And a switcher also for Orlando. Mozgov's checked in. And so here's Sacramento. The lead is 2. Sacramento moving it around. And here is Fox. 7 points in the game. Just 4 to shoot. Offensive rebound. And that one's good, Shumpert.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Augustine against Fox. And Augustine kicks to Fournier. The 3. Isaac misses. Kings leading now by 4. Down low. And Shumpert slams it in.
How about the awareness there from Fox? You got to love seeing how he is such a willing passer in finding the open man.
Now here is Augustine. Inside. There's Gordon with the 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Gordon's got 10 points in the game.
Well, you know, a lack of effort defensively, and he gets a very good look from deep.
Here's Giles. The shot from the low post is good. And the Kings lead by 5.
Well, you really have to like the control of Shumpert there. Lets the play develop and made the pass for an easy hoop. Nice.
Augustine passes to Mozgov. Looking for Fournier and gets it there. Over Shumpert. Fournier's shot is off.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
And that one drops. Now it's a 7-point Sacramento lead.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Fox against Augustine. Outside Fournier. Back to Augustine. There's the triple. Koufos grabs the miss. Koufos has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Here's Bagley. And again, it's Sacramento converting. Here's Fournier. He's got 12. From 12 feet out, and it's in there. He's got 14.
What a polished offensive game. Fournier cashing in from the mid-range.
Kings leading now by 7. Now Fox. 7 points in the game. Here's Koufos. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. You gotta like what Iman Shumpert has done in this game.
I think one of the things at the top of the list in this timeout discussion has got to be the amount of room they're giving him to operate. You've got to get more bodies on him to try to disrupt his rhythm.
Zach Randolph, he's checked in for the Kings. Yogi Ferrell comes in for Shumpert. Orlando also making some changes. Jonathan Simmons comes in for Fournier. And it's Grant in for Augustine. And Zach Randolph gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And the Kings making a change here. Labissiere's checked in. Gordon for 3. Kept alive Orlando. Shots good by Simmons.
Well, with his length, athleticism, and commitment, he can be a factor, Jonathan Simmons, on the offensive glass.
Ferrell kicks to Randolph. The feed now to Koufos. Mozgov with the block. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Clock at 6. Ferrell for 3. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 3 assists tonight.
And this is the main strength of Yogi Ferrell's game, capable of burying threes in bunches.
Now, here's Grant. 8 points for him. On the wing, Gordon. Isaac kicks to Simmons. Feeds it to Mozgov. And Mozgov throws it down. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
Well, really good awareness from Jonathan Simmons. Really getting an understanding of when to put the pass on time and on target.
Over to the left wing. Randolph inside. Defended by Gordon. Randolph can't hit. To the inside. Stolen by Randolph. Here's Ferrell. Guarded by Simmons. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it.
And here's some numbers on Fox. This last month, he has been a real positive for this team. He's putting up about 16 points a game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
I think they need more consistency from him, and they're getting it. Look for this to continue. I love it.
And now let's take a look at a breakdown of this season's best rebounding point guards. De'Aaron Fox, number 1.
And, well, rebounding isn't something you really think too much about with point guards, but he places a lot of emphasis on doing whatever it takes to contribute, even on the boards.
You know, he really has built a reputation as a point guard who can do a lot of the little things you don't usually get from that position. And right at the forefront is his rebounding ability. He can more than hold his own in the paint.
The free throw drops for Grant. Sacramento making some changes. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Kufis. And it's Shumpert in there for Yogi Ferrell. And the Magic making a change here as well. Terrence Ross is checked in for Mozgov. And Grant drops them both.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Fox against Grant, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simmons.
And a moment now to see the numbers for Jonathan Isaac. His last 10 games, 15th in steals, and of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in blocks per.
As we've seen, he's a difficult defender to bring the ball up against. Quick feet, quick hands, always looking to force a mistake. Now here's Shumpert. He's got 16. Just 5 on the clock. Good work there as it goes. And that's now 7 points for Zach Randolph.
Boy, that's as wide open as you're going to get. The defense needs to lock in and be better than that.
Zach Randolph, a paragon of consistency over his career. In his prime, a nightly 20 and 10 guy, and still producing.
Ross against Randolph. Ross, that's good.
When the mid-range is working for Terrence Ross, he's going to create problems. It's just a matter of can he do it consistently, Kev.
Now, here's Fox. 7 points in the game. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. He's guarded by Ross. Randolph inside. Grant on him. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going for Shumpert.
And it's really been a tremendous night. He's been efficient. He's been a major driving force in this offense. And it's no small task to try to slow him down. Once he gets rolling, like we've seen in this game so far, watch out.
And he makes the first. And the Memphis Grizzlies retiring Randolph's number 50 going into last season.
And helped forge an identity for that team and really made them relevant. I mean, he's played on a handful of teams, but I think Memphis was that match made in heaven.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. The Magic trail by 8. Grant outside. A floater. That one drops for him. Grant's got 4 points this quarter.
Just good, aggressive drive from him that time. Found a hole in the D and went straight to the rim.
Fox passes to Bogdanovich. And the miss, not the best shot selection there.
On a pretty good day for them so far, his shooting has been one of the tough spots.
Ross kicks to Grant. 1:14 left in the third quarter. Isaac passes to Simmons. Shoots from 12. Second shot opportunity. Some solid defense from Randolph. Kings leading now by 6. Fox with it. He has 7. Shumpert in the corner. A pass to Fox. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the teardrop. They grabbed their own miss. Labissiere. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Shumpert against Simmons. And Shumpert kicks to Randolph. Over Gordon. And the last-second attempt does not go in for him.
You see, the combination of size, mobility, athleticism gives Aaron Gordon the necessary attributes to be an excellent defender.
Back right after this. And now let's hear what head coach Dave Yeager was reviewing with his team.
Stay aggressive, keep them moving. Don't let them stand and get set up and scheme up.
And that's Dave Yeager laying out the key points for his team over this next stretch.
Yeah, I mean, he really wants the ball and his guys to remain in constant motion. Keep the defense on defense.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And so in the game for the Magic, Isaac out there with Gordon, then it's Simmons, then it's Terrence Ross, and it's Grant in at the point guard position. And Sacramento has possession, following the bucket by Orlando. Randolph can't hit.
I'll tell you, they've had to look elsewhere for their scoring, and they've gotten it. This guy has had very little impact on the game offensively.
The Kings leading. To the middle. And the layup's good off the glass.
He might not elevate like some of the other guys on the court, but as we've learned, Randolph knows how to get the ball in the basket.
Now, here's Grant. To the paint. Kicks it out to Gordon. Magic moving the ball around. Grant against Shumpert. And there's a whistle. It goes on him on Shumpert. That's his fourth foul of the contest.
Oh, picked up his fourth foul. Maybe have to scale back his aggressiveness with plenty of time left in this one.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Pass to Ross. Gordon kicks to Ross. 6 to shoot. Beyond the arc. Good on the three-point shot.
You can see Terrence Ross call for the pick and roll, Kevin, and he makes it work. That's good leadership from him at the offensive end.
Outside jumper. Pass to Randolph. Over Gordon. And Zach Randolph, the bucket on the assist by Shumpert. And that's 11 points for Zach Randolph. And here's Grant. He'll bring it up for Orlando. Here's Simmons. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Bogdanovich has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Fox. And it's off from three-point range. Fox against Grant. Here's Isaac. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Wow, how about the focus from the big man, Jonathan Isaac, comfortable in the paint.
Now, here's Fox. And Shumpert kicks to Randolph. Over Gordon. Randolph finds Shumpert. Fox with it. Guarded by Simmons. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for Sacramento. On Tuesday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. Then on Thursday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Detroit Pistons.
And for that game against the Trailblazers, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
Here's Gordon. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
Well, I love the concentration. Simply stated, when Aaron Gordon is this locked in, he is very difficult to deal with.
Randolph looking around. Over Gordon. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Just a little hesitation on that release, right? His timing looked a bit off.
Ross, that's good.
We saw stellar defense in that first half. It hasn't been close here in the second.
Fox against Grant. Fox kicks to Randolph. Back to Fox. Bogdanovich wide open. They get the rebound. That one's off. Still out of sync.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg. Especially when the ball is that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
Yeah, easy call. And Jonathan Simmons, the explosive wing player, went undrafted but has earned a spot in the NBA after a strong couple of years in the G League. Now he's established himself as a potent offensive player.
That's good from Simmons. And for Simmons, when he was in the G League, he developed, Greg, his playmaking.
Yeah, spent some time at point guard at that level, and I think it helps him in terms of finding ways to create shots for himself. He's definitely, though, at his best when the ball is in his hands. Not so much a spot-up player, but he can create offense for a team in a hurry.
And he makes both free throws.
Boy, what a journey for Jonathan Simmons, gentlemen, right? This guy is undrafted. He comes up through the G League and now has proven to be a quality NBA player.
Timeout called by the Kings. And Simmons credits his time with the Spurs, Doris, for molding him into the player that he is today.
Well, I think specifically Simmons improved on the defensive end of the floor. This guy would get some tips and watch Kawhi Leonard play. You can see that in the rugged tenacity on the defensive end.
And the Magic making a change here. Fournier is checked in. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Dave Yeager went over with his team. He told them that for now, they have to back off of the three-point line. He said, we don't have to just shoot threes. Let's get the ball in tight for some high-percentage looks inside the paint. Back to you guys.
One shot, gentlemen.
Magic leading by 3. And Augustine kicks to Mozgov. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Well, the offensive game of Aaron Gordon continues to improve, and when he's feeling it, he stays aggressive.
Augustine against Fox. And there's the pass to Bagley. Back to Fox. Three-pointer on the way. A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
Ooh, finally hitting one from range. That's his first 3 of the night.
And here's Fournier. He brings it up for Orlando. Fires at the elbow. Here's Mozgov. That one drops for him. And the Magic lead by 4.
At 275, Mozgov just a huge presence who can nail shots despite the contact.
Now, here's Bagley, guarded by Augustine. Bagley with the bucket.
A good score inside, and the defense really offering very little resistance.
They've got to be willing to step up. And when it's this close, you just can't let them get easy buckets. Make them feel you a bit.
Isaac misses. Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And Fournier over to help. To the inside. Here's Bagley. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
They came close there to tying it up.
Oh, he had it in his sights. He wanted it. That bucket would have been huge.
Now here is Augustine. Pass to Isaac. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Gordon. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. For Sacramento, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Shumpert. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. The Magic have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. And there it is for them.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Here's Fox following the bucket by Orlando. with the teardrop, and it's sent back by Isaac.
You can see the long wingspan of Jonathan Isaac coming into play, twice on the pipes.
Here's Fox. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Right side, Bogdanovich. Orlando grabs the miss. Mozgov's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. And Augustine kicks to Isaac. Dishes to Mozgov. Passes it to Fournier. Shot clock at 6. Fires the 3. That shot no good. So the Kings will take it the other way. Up it goes, and the Magic lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Bogdanovich.
After hitting nothing from downtown in the first half, that's his second make sense.
Left side, Gordon. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Pass to Bagley. He can't hit that time. Gordon with the defensive effort. Fournier against Shumpert. Out to the wing. Isaac passes to Augustine. Isaac kicks to Augustine. Three-pointer, 4 on the shot clock. The rebound by Giles. Giles has got his 5th rebound in this one. Bogdanovich passes to Fox. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Now just a 1-point Orlando lead. The Magic shooting here about 46% for the game. Augustine against Fox. Outside Fournier. It's hauled in by the Kings.
They're fortunate to be in front given how shaky he's been from the floor tonight.
Koufos checked in for Giles. Sacramento's gotten off 4 three-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Fox kicks to Shumpert. There's the pass to Bogdanovich. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Well, Orlando shooting it well here in the fourth quarter at 50%. Isaac misses. The Kings trailing. The feed to Fox. Augustine with the steal. And now, here comes Augustine leading the break. On the wing, Gordon. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Marvin Bagley picks one up.
And this, to me, is where Aaron Gordon can excel. This guy embraces contact on the way up.
He misses the free throw.
There is some Blake Griffin, a younger Blake Griffin in Aaron Gordon, right? The explosive, ferocious forward takes pleasure in hammering it down.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. And for Sacramento, their shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. And Shumpert kicks to Fox. He dishes it to Koufos. Here's Bagley. Cranes the three-pointer. Bagley's got 5 points in the quarter.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
And, you know, it'll be interesting to see what coach draws up here.
Well, they need to stop this run, and a great timeout that hopefully gives his team some energy.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Bogdan Bogdanovich.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose and getting those points the hard way.
To the paint, deflects the pass. Augustine looking around. Gordon inside, guarded by Fox.
I tell you what, I'd settle for having as many points in this game as he has rebounds.
You know, you have to be an absolutely tireless worker to rack up 20-plus boards. Well, you love to see a role player like Shumpert deliver a big shot there. He doesn't get nervous in key situations just like these.
Once again off the mark, Orlando. Sacramento leading by 4. Trying to find Fox. Gets it to him. Shumpert finds Koufos. And another shot. Kept alive. Puts up a 3. A nice shot by Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic has got 21.
And Fox is a solid passer, knows how to get the ball to his guys when they're ready to let it go.
And it's Gordon missing. Sacramento's gone 4-7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter. Augustine against Fox. Outside Bogdanovic. Just 5 on the clock. Releases. Gets a hand on it. Mozgov grabs the board. And here's Fournier. He brings it up for Orlando. And they get it. Bogdanovic grabs the miss.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
Now, here's Fox. The dive for the ball. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. .34 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And Augustine kicks to Gordon. Trying to get open is Koufos.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shooter.
And Fox gets it to go.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They trail by 9. 20 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And just trying to salvage anything at this point, even if it's just some momentum heading into the next one.
No, I think you're exactly right, Greg. You've got to take any positive you can get. You'd like to see them come together and build something, even if it's in a loss.
Here's Farrell. He's covered by Grant. Farrell looking around. So it's Sacramento picking up the win. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. With Zach Randolph. Tebow, what was the biggest difference tonight?
We just came out. We was more physical this game. We came out with being aggressive, and that's what we had to do. We got stops and being aggressive, and everybody contributed tonight. It was a team win.
Physical is who you guys are, Zach. Thanks. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.